Welcome into the third space today. I'm glad you could join us, whether it's live or on the recording. You're very welcome. Glad you could be here. We're going to jump straight into our practice today. And the theme for our meditation practice is going to be noticing. So let's get ready to noticing. Okay, so let's notice our body, noticing. From the beginning, let's notice our breathing. So taking a deep breath in and noticing how that feels. Noticing the rise and fall of our chest as we breathe deeply. Noticing the flow of air and how it feels as it enters into our nostrils and is drawn down into our lungs. Noticing the way that our chest or our ribs expand with the breath in, contracting with the breath out. Noticing. We're going to release our vagus nervous system. So let's notice what's going on through that system. So breathing in. And when we exhale slowly and gently, turning our chin towards our right shoulder. And whether our eyes are open or closed, gazing over the shoulder. Noticing any stretch in the back of the eyes. Noticing any resistance that we might be feeling through our neck muscles. Gazing over, breathing in through the nose, down into the body. Exhaling and slowly and gently moving our head and chin through center all the way across to our left shoulder and gazing over the shoulder again. Noticing any stretch in the back of the eyes and any resistance through our neck and noticing where the resistance might be. Maybe there isn't any resistance for you today. Perhaps you notice sensations through the back of the arms and underneath the wrists and into the fingers. Becoming aware of the sensations in the body as we take a deep breath in, exhaling and moving back to center. Noticing what's happening in our bodies. We're going to do 3 breaths where we lift our shoulders up to our ears. So taking a deep breath in, lifting the shoulders up to the bottom of the ears, holding that posture for a little bit, for a few seconds. And then when we exhale, really pulling the shoulders back, opening up the chest, pulling the shoulder blades together, drawing the shoulders down towards the earth, holding that position for a moment, noticing what's going on in our bodies, and then releasing. Ooh. And again, taking a deep breath in, raising the shoulders up to the bottom of the ears, holding, then slowly exhaling, pulling the shoulders back, pushing the chest out, bring the shoulder blades together, pulling the shoulders down towards the earth for a moment, pulling them down, feeling the stretch in the neck, and release. One more time, breathing in, Shoulders up. Hold. Release. Pulling down. Letting go. Drawing a deeper than normal breath all the way in through the nose, down the throat, deep into the belly. You might notice the desire to yawn or sigh. Breathing out and releasing all that does not serve the body any longer. Ooh. Noticing. Going to begin now to pay attention to the way that gravity is flowing over our body. And we're going to draw our internal gaze and focus up to the top of our heads. The very top of our heads. Noticing the flow of gravity over our whole body. This beautiful equilibrium between the top of our head and the tip of our toes. Noticing it, noticing this incredible equilibrium. The way that gravity flows down over our bodies so beautifully over our forehead, over every part of our face. We notice which parts of our face are resisting and not releasing and yielding to the gravity. So maybe the skin over our forehead or the bridge of our nose. And we yield. We yield the micro muscles around our eyes and mouth. Maybe we can feel the skin and tissue of our cheeks just wanting to drop down, and our jaw. Maybe the bones in our jawbone feels a bit heavy. Gravity drawing it down towards the earth. And we just let go, letting go, noticing and releasing. And every time we notice resistance to the gravity, wherever we notice that resistance, we release. We might allow our chin to drop down and our lips to part slightly. Noticing where things feel heavy and just relinquishing the resistance and moving into rest in our bodies, into equilibrium. We notice the flow of gravity now down the back of our head, down our neck, vertebrae by vertebrae. Down, down, down. The muscles that keep us upright on either side of our spine. We allow them to just flow down. They're still holding us up. But we don't need to be stiff and tight. Gravity flows down over our shoulders. We notice the edges of our shoulders and we notice the joints of our shoulders feeling heavy. Notice that and yield to it. Whew. Allowing the heaviness of our biceps and our elbows and our forearms and wrists and the palms of our hand and fingers to just feel heavy. That delicious sleepiness that comes when we're still. Noticing. Perhaps we notice an area of resistance to the gravity in our body, over our body, and we just let that go as we notice it. There's no judgment or criticism for our bodies and the way our body is responding in this moment. Moving our internal gaze now around to the front of our body, to our rib cage, to our lungs. Noticing the way the air moves in our body, inside our chest cavity. Perhaps taking a deeper breath than normal, whatever you need to do to respond to your body. Just noticing the stillness at the bottom of the breath, that when we release the air, we can just sink into restfulness, sitting at the bottom of the breath for a moment without effort or energy or pushing, just resting deeply, allowing the stability of the gravity as it holds us, connects us to the earth, just resting in that. Allowing our internal gaze now to drop down to our pelvis, to our sit bones, to our hips, and allowing the gravity to just draw everything down and out. So if we're holding tension or pain in that part of our body, imagine the gravity like honey just pouring over. Nothing the earth can't hold in terms of our pain or energy, just releasing it out of our bodies, letting the gravity hold us stable and connected. Noticing the flow down our thighs, these strong muscles, and our quads that help us move on the earth, letting them feel heavy under the weight of gravity. And our knees, complex joints that they are. And in the stillness, allowing them to rest. Just feeling that weightiness move down now through our calves and our ankles, all the way to the soles of our feet. Noticing the flow of gravity over our entire body. beautiful, restful, connected, in perfect harmony and equilibrium. Allowing our internal vision and our internal voice to be quiet for a little while. Sinking into the depths of stillness. Noticing when our thoughts wander away from the present moment, but just noticing. No internal criticism needed. No language of the moral imperative of right and wrong. We're just noticing. And just as we release muscles that are pressing against gravity, we notice thoughts when they wander somewhere else, and we let them go. Our mind and our brain, extraordinary. Incredible. We will remember what we need to do later. But right now, we're just noticing. Perhaps we might notice the sounds around us. Just noticing them. Not really actively engaging with them, but just allowing them to flow into our ears as they will. A whole soundscape. The music of life. Not a distraction, because that would be a judgment on the sound. Just notice sounds of life and the life sounds. We receive the gift that they are. Signs of the abundance of life. Dropping down now into our heart space, our emotional center. Noticing what's happening in there today, in this moment. How do we feel? Not what we think about how we feel, but what are our emotions at this time? We just notice them, allowing them to move through our heart in the same way sound moves through our ears and across our mind. Just being aware, not engaging necessarily with our emotions, but just noticing them. Being curious, playful even. Maybe there are emotions that are a little unwelcome. Breathe them out and let them go, just for now. And while we're down in our heart space, let's allow ourselves to become aware of our internal knowing, our intuition, our inner wisdom, or our spirit, if you like. Just noticing, resting in that space as well. Allowing our inner knowing to just be, to rest, to not strive. And allowing our entire conscious awareness now to embrace all of who we are, to move into wholeness, noticing how we feel in every element of who we are. Just noticing. Not one part or another, but a whole person, a whole being. Noticing, becoming aware of our wholeness. Enjoying the breath in, the breath out, anchoring us to this present moment. We can't breathe yesterday's air or tomorrow's air. We can only breathe the air around us in this present moment. So we do that. We draw the air in through our nose and noticing the way it flows down our throats, deep into our bodies, noticing that. Perhaps enjoying the sensation of it. Perhaps actively drawing that air in and really expanding our rib cage out. Slowly exhaling. Whoo. And again, breathing it in. And then slowly exhaling, even with a sigh out. Whoo. Breathing in, and as we exhale gently and slowly, moving our chin towards our right shoulder and gazing over our shoulder. Gazing, gazing. Just noticing any more freedom of movement in the body or less resistance as we take a deep breath in. Exhaling and slowly and gently moving all the way through center to our left shoulder, feeling, oh, increased movement maybe, less resistance, a delicious stretch, the back of the eyes and the neck. Noticing the way the lungs expand, the air flows as we breathe in, out, moving back to center. Oh. And to finish, we're going to roll our shoulders with the breath like we did in the beginning, moving our head and neck and shoulders as we choose, breathing in, raising the shoulders up to the bottom of the ears, holding, exhaling out, oh, pulling those shoulder blades together. Oh, wow. How good does that feel? Pulling the shoulders down and releasing. Oof. One more time, breathing in, lifting the shoulders up, expanding the chest, and then whoo, rolling the shoulders back and down. Moving a little, maybe moving the hips as we do it. One more time, breathing in, holding, exhaling. Oh, wriggling around, moving the hips, neck. Ah, noticing. Be at peace, my friends. Shalom.